Slayers fans, Robin here. I'm going to do a quick deck run through for you. It's a bit of a berserk one, this one, as I said, in my Fyre Slayers deck. This is the Orruk deck, which I've created that Pete's going to play. This is going to hopefully be the basis of my Grand Clash deck, so hopefully it needs minimal of tweaking, but we'll see how it plays. So here we go. So my objectives, I'll start with the Orruk specific ones. I've got good scrap. Everything about this deck is about fighting, funny enough. So good scrap, score this in end phase if 3 or more fighters are taken out of action in the preceding action phase. Punch up, score this in end phase if each of your surviving fighters made an attack action against a different enemy fighter in the preceding action phase. At least 2 of your fighters, so you can still score that when there's 2 fighters. Call of the War, score this immediately if 3 or more of your fighters made a charge action this phase. Biggest and the best. Score this in end phase if your leader took an enemy fighter out of action in the preceding action phase. There's more of us. Score this in end phase if you have more fighters on the battlefield than your opponent. Crushing Force. Score this immediately if a friendly fighter makes a successful attack action that deals at least twice as much damage. So that's quite handy with the heavy hitting orcs. Get them down to 1 and smack them hard again. Master of War, a new card this one. Score this in end phase if you score an objective card, played a ploy card and played an upgrade card of this round. This has replaced Ploy Master in my deck. I feel like it's easier to get out in many ways, and especially with the orcs, pick off a victim, get your glory to spend your objective card, and maybe pick up a glory to play your upgrade, and hopefully score an objective card along the way. So that's Master of War is in there. 2 Dumb to Die. The orcs are pretty resilient, so this is a good one to have in there if they score 3 or more damage. Escalation, possibly my new favourite card. Score this in end phase if 3 or more upgrade cards were played in the preceding action phase. I reckon that happens in most games. Conquest, so I've taken out, with the advent of the Skaven and the general obviousness of Divide Contained and Denial, I've gone for the Conquest option here. Score this in the 3rd end phase of all your surviving fighters in your opponent's territory. Divide and Conquer. Score this in end phase if each player has at least 1 fighter in their own territory, at least 1 fighter in enemy territory. This is my card to have on the way to Conquest. I like to have that in there. And Supremacy, pretty good for the orcs. This has been, I've found, quite often you can pinch 3 objectives unexpectedly, and I like having Supremacy in there. So that's my objectives deck. And then the ploys, I've got a 22 card deck again. I have Jewel of Wits and Healing Potion, and then orc favourites, Brutal but Cunning, Cunning but Brutal, and then this new card, Ready for Action. Play this after you upgrade a fighter in an action phase. They can make a move or attack action. It's like a new Cunning but Brutal or Brutal but Cunning. I really like this card, and so that's gone in there. Basically, if you pay an upgrade, then you can make another attack action, which is pretty potent. Confusion, good for swapping around. If you've got a orc that's charged, switch them out so you can charge him with another one. Sidestep, always handy for keeping mixing up in the battle, keeping people off objectives if that's looking like happening. Similarly, Distraction, choose an enemy fighter and push them 1 hex. Shattering Terrain goes brilliantly with the Orruk's inspired deal, so that's always in an Orruk deck, I think. More CHOPPIN, roll an extra dice for the first attack of the next activation, pretty handy. And Time Trap, again, quite handy for Orruks to have, so that's Time Trap in there. And Awakened Weapon, as we move on to my upgrades, a handy attack. It basically gives Gurzag's Inspire condition to somebody else, which is you can re-roll 1 attack die, which is quite handy. And then Great Strength, do more damage. Great Fortitude to take more damage. War adds 1 damage on a charge action. SOULTRAP, handy for keeping somebody alive, 50-50 chance of keeping somebody alive. Cursed Artifact, I like this on the Orruks, +1 defense, -1 wounds. Brutal Swing for Bone Cutter, I think worth having in there because it gives you a chance to do damage to multiple targets. Low Blow, I like on the less good Orruks because it's only 1 damage, but it's swords and hammers to hit, and then you can beef it up with some extra damage cards. Demonic Weapon, which is really great because it inspires the Orruk as soon as they attack, which is really handy. And then Shade Glass Darts, which the more I play, I still love the card, but the more I play, the less I think maybe it's good for an Orruk deck. But it's still in here at the moment. And finally, Great Speed, again, in case I need to travel across the board at any rate to get into my opponent's half or something like that. Again, I'm not completely sure about that one, but it's in there at the moment. So that is a quick run through of the deck. So you've seen it mostly before. Just a few new cards, and we'll see how it plays against myself. So hopefully you enjoyed that and found it useful, and we will see you next time, and we'll actually see you in the battle soon. Okay, goodbye.